Lunchbox is brought to you by Casa with locations in Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, and Aventura.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. I don't know if you could see me. Oh, now I could see me. I don't know if you could hear me. If you're out there in the chat line land, welcome, and let us know if you can see us and hear us.
No, you're looking good, kid.
It
looks like it's coming through.
You never know every time we do these setups, but boy, am I excited and happy to be one of my favorite places, one of my favorite, I don't even want to call it a brand because it's just like it stands for, distinction. And Casa d'Angelo, the Boca Raton location. And today we are very pleased to be joined by Chef Ricky. Welcome to the Lunchbox, Chef Ricky. How are you today?
Everything is great. It's very good to have you guys.
Well, it is a pleasure to be here. Defo, what do you think of the surroundings so far?
Well, I love it. I didn't realize it, and Chef was telling us that this was the original location of Casa
No,
d'Angelo?
the original was Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale,
but
that's
we've
right,
been
it's not
here
over.
in Boca
Yeah.
for over 15 years now.
Oh,
15,
okay,
wow,
yeah. Because I remember going, it was quite a distinction to be able to go to Casa d'Angelo when it first opened up, and I was a frequent diner there, and there's never a time that you aren't reminded of how spectacular this place is. So
Thank you so
congratulations
much.
to you guys perpetuating, as Mike called it, a brand, but it's a brand of, as we said, of such distinction that
Class.
I mean, it stands out around the country as one of the fine restaurants anywhere in the country.
It's pure class.
Yeah.
And, of course, we've done a show with Angelo, both Angelo Ilia, Angelo Massimova, the executive chef at the flagship, which, as you mentioned, was the one that started, I guess, 25 years ago.
Yeah, that's been there for a long time.
That's in Fort
See,
Lauderdale.
seems even further back because it was in my second marriage that I was going there frequently. That seems like centuries
Is that how
ago.
you tell time is by the marriages?
I'm thinking I used to go in there a lot with one of my ex-wives because it was around the time that you guys opened it, and it was always great. I just remember having terrific dining experience.
So have you been to this one, Defo? Because
I've never been to the Boca location. This is my first time here.
I think I've only been here maybe once or twice because I have some friends who live up here parts north. And Boca Raton, as you were saying, 15 years. And this one, the original location, Angelo has done, I guess, some expansions, some renovations, adding the
many
bar,
times,
some
many
nips and
times.
tucks. They're familiar with nips and tucks here in Boca Raton. But here at this location, this one has basically been the same since it opened, right?
Yeah, we did a few changes, but right now we're going to move to a new location very soon.
Right. That's just down the block, right?
Just down the block, and it's
But
gonna
that's
be
not
completely
for
different world.
probably another year or so.
Yeah, probably looking about a year and a half.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
thinking.
So for
2
the time
years.
being, you will still be able to get all your great classic Italian cuisine here. Boca Raton location is at 171 East Palmetto Park Road. It's right in the heart of the action. You got the Meisner Park a little bit to the north. You got the Plaza Real and all those clubs
We call it the Times Square of Boca Raton.
This is the Times Square.
It's a good spot, and it's not like you have to have like Gucci bag night to get people to come to Casa d'Angelo. I mean, the food speaks for itself, no doubt. And now, what are your? I mean, you're a sophisticated Italian diner, Mike Mayo, and I've had my share of great experiences at Italian restaurants. But what are some of your things about Casa d'Angelo that you really find
That I
unique?
like.
Yeah.
I was going to let him explain what he likes and his background, but what I like, and I actually was in on Sunday night into the Lauderdale location with Val, and we sat at the bar and just wanted to get a nice little mellow Sunday night dinner. And it's these things, these nice light touches where you could eat healthy in the summertime, and some of these cute crudos and carpaccios, and we had a tuna tartare.
We really like to get both worlds. You know, if you want the classic Italian dish, you'll find it at our locations. But we also like to run a lot of specials, seafoods, to give people something a little lighter.
I had the golden tile fish.
healthier.
Golden tile fish
is
the
an
other night
excellent
was
fish, yes.
beautiful. And yeah, we went light. We did one little pasta dish because you can't come in here and not have
You
some
gotta
pasta.
cheat, right?
Yeah, a little bit. But tell us what
So
we have here.
basically, all our seafoods are not on our menu. We have our classic dishes on our menu, and then we like to just run as a special. Whatever it's fresh, we buy. Like today, I did a nice tuna carpaccio,
Oh,
tomato
beautiful.
confit,
Oh, it's
tajasque
tuna carpaccio.
olives.
Nice.
Yes, it's a tuna carpaccio with the tajasque olives, which are from Liguria region.
The
up
Ligurian
north.
olives. How about
They're
that?
delicious. Little peat and drill and extra virgin olive oil from Sicily.
Looks sweet.
So
I'm
we'll
gonna-
lower the regions.
I'm actually going to be a good host.
No,
and
we
prepare-
need to. You need to take the first bite.
No,
of
no,
this,
no.
Mike,
I'm
yeah.
preparing a.
Oh, wow,
and I've got
that's
more
awesome. Man.
plates
Well, I'll
here.
wait for everybody to get
And
something.
I don't know, Chef,
do
are
it
you
in unison.
partaking or
You should,
We'll give it a little.
yeah.
We'll give
I
you-
already
You already tasted it?
already-
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'll prepare a plate for Lubie as well and be extra polite.
What
today.
happened to you? Did somebody take a shot at you? What happened?
No, I
It's the wine.
always
It's the wine.
This is
the wine
delicious,
is
by the way.
kicking
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
I always rise to the level of my surroundings. You know, when I'm in a place that, not that we're ever in any kind of places that aren't classy and beautiful, but there's certain places where I really have to be on my best behavior.
This exudes
So-
sophistication.
Oh,
yeah. So it's not.
And
your
I'm going
standard
in
thing.
here. I'm taking a little
Yeah.
bit of the tuna. We'll start with this. And you see, this is like a pepper here. This is
So that's just fresh ground pepper, and that's a tomato
it's a-
confit.
a tomato confit.
Tomato confit.
Fancy. And that olive oil looks delicious.
Oh, the olive
And he's
oil.
got-
from
and the other
Sicily
thing
is
you have here
fantastic.
is a
right here. I
scallop.
got this scallop carpaccio. We did a little pink peppercorn.
Oh wow.
Obviously, extra virgin olive oil for us Italian. Very, very important. I did a zucchini carpaccio with lemon and
look at
yeah,
Oh, wow.
and some
places they call those
micro basil.
zoodles. They kind of shave the zucchini into like looking almost like a spaghetti.
Try this zucchini, then you'll let me know.
Okay. Well,
These are- this is another.
I think I might have insulted him a little
This is
bit.
not a zoodle.
All right, I'm going in first to the tuna here.
Yeah, the tuna's fantastic.
Enjoy.
Oh.
Spectacular.
It's like a nice light flavor.
Oh
It's
my
not
gosh, yeah.
overwhelming,
Yeah, we don't
but
like
it's not
to
without
overwhelm,
flavor
no.
either. That's the thing. That's what's because a lot of the time you go either way, right? It's either too much or then you're adding
Or
stuff.
too little, you know.
This
yeah,
is it's the word fresh actually it hits you in the face. Like it just feels light summer, but it has a nice finish to it, like a really nice flavor to
And
it.
the,
you know, I really believe I love raw fish, but as good Italian, I need that olive oil,
Yeah.
and I like that finish with the fleur de sel, which is one of my
Yeah.
favorite salts. I think
and
it
it really brings
really,
out the life. It
it
brings
really
out
does
the
it, yeah.
Anyway,
vibrancy.
I mean, it's perfect. If this was the Olympics, it's a perfect 10.
it's
It's
a perfect 10.
A perfect 10.
Gold medal plate.
Stuck the landing, did everything right.
And the thing is, I love using the word pristine for fish. It's like so clean
Clean.
and fresh.
It feels clean.
And I was rendered speechless because, again, when I have something that is so beautiful, I just want to savor the flavors in my mouth and not have to talk. But and that tomato confit packs also a powerful punch, a little bit of concentrated burst of tomato flavor that kind of plays off the tuna. It's a brilliant, simple dish. And they said,
simple but flavorful.
yeah, simple and flavorful. Nothing about the best Italian cooking seems simple, but you're really relying on the ingredients, the technique.
Correct. It's like a good spaghetti, garlic, and oil.
And
You need
as
the
an
best olive
appetizer-
oil, best pasta.
Too, I mean, you can go to some places, get a fried calamari, and then you're stuffed already.
No,
This
this
is
actually
like, I mean,
opens
I
your
can't wait
appetite.
like to eat
This
something
will-
Yes.
else. It's
this will
amazing,
open your
yeah.
appetite for
Which is
sure.
what the theory is behind an appetizer.
That you want to eat
Yeah.
more, not full.
I
Not
want
really good stuff.
I not only want to eat more, I want to lick the plate. But again, I'm my best behavior today.
He's trying his best.
Yeah.
Chef Ricky, tell us a little bit about your background. How long have you been here at Boca, and how did you first meet up with Angelo and get aligned with the whole Casa D'Angelo family?
Well, I known Angelo through some friends in Italy. I was in Italy at the time. I decided to come here in the United States and see what was all about. And that was in 2003, I believe it was March. I started with Angelo
At
He had-
the
at
Fort
the
Lauderdale?
location in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
He had that location at the time, and was love at first
Bite,
sight.
first
right,
bite,
right,
right.
right away.
Now,
You know,
what's it like? Do you have to audition cooking for him? Is that nerve wracking when you're standing
Well, it
on
is.
on
I
the
mean,
grill?
obviously it is. You know, Angelo is pretty serious when it comes down to the food. So
No, he's very direct, also, as I recall. Yeah.
Correct. Very direct. You know, it's good or it's not.
I mean, he makes Gordon
So, but
Ramsay
you-
seem like he's just
you know, you
a
have to
jovial
appreciate
guy.
that.
Yeah.
That's why you get
Right.
to the point you
Oh
are.
my God!
That's what I was gonna.
My eternal apologies to you. That's nothing like a zoodle.
Okay.
Each shred of zucchini also has its own vibrancy and really retains its the fresh deliciousness of a fine vegetable, freshly peeled and carved up.
You've got him going back to his critic vernacular, which is good. See, I mean, he's having to really come up with the big words, but absolutely delicious. Now the inspiration for this particular dish here with the scallops, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, just something again, something fresh and flavorful. You know, a good start.
Now, may I ask, these scallops are from where? Are they New England?
These are the U10's dry scallops.
Dry
We use the U10 or the U8 many times as well.
So let me ask you. Well, you just were talking about Angelo being direct, and it's funny. Everyone now refers to the show The Bear because it shows a lot of the tough moments. But it feels like people in the industry, as long as you get it early and you get accustomed to it, you'd rather that than someone who sort of pussyfoots around you, right? Like you want someone to be honest with you because you want to be the best at
very
your
direct.
game.
You want to be very direct, and obviously for me it was different. I worked in Europe, I worked in South America before coming United States. For me, it was completely a different world.
What's the differences? Is it more
Well, I
rigorous
mean
there?
the whole line, the whole setup, the whole operation. You know, everywhere you go is different. Europe is pretty much on the same page. South America a bit different, obviously. But when I came here in the United States, it was a big impact.
Where
for
were you
me.
in South America? I'm sorry.
I was in Santiago de Chile.
Chile. Okay.
wow.
You have
I
a family
restaurant over
roots there? Or
No,
just want you to
I
go?
would just known somebody in Rome that asked me to open a restaurant down there, which was called the Bel Paese. I'm talking about. I'm 48 now. I was
20.
21, something
All right, we're
around
going
there.
back
So it
2
was a little
decades.
while back.
That might have been marriage number 1 for Defo.
We weren't in Rome at the time.
A Roman holiday. So you have the world experience. And are you from the same town as Angelo, or what town in
No,
Italy?
I'm from Rome.
Rome.
You're from
Okay.
Rome. Oh, wow.
Very nice. One of the few major cities I've never been to. I've been around Italy, but only parts north, Florence.
It's
and
beautiful in
Venice
Rome,
and-
but being honest with you, when I go on vacation, I go in Rome. I stay 2-3 days, and then I run away. I go
Yep.
to Tuscany or go up in the Alps.
Okay. I love-
there's a lot going on in
I
Rome. It's
love
a big city.
Lago di Como, the whole northern
Lago di
region
Como
is
is beautiful.
beautiful.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
so good stuff. And again, you start off at Fort Lauderdale, and
So with Fort Lauderdale with Angelo, and then Angelo was very ambitious to, do more, obviously.
Yeah.
And
the man has built an empire.
How hands-on was he?
correct.
As he's bringing you in, how hands-on is he? Like it feels like he sort
Oh,
of.
he was always in the kitchen, always around. I mean, you're making pasta and he's behind you, checking everything. I mean, we worked together.
Okay.
I mean, for hours and hours at the day. We did many events at the James Beard. We were invited there every single year. We used to go there and cook side by side with Angelo. So he kind of, also teach me the way here, how it's done in the United States. So it was, it worked very well.
Would you say, I mean, cooking for an American audience, even though it's fine classic Italian cuisine, how does it differ from maybe, say, cooking in Italy or cooking in Chile? Is there a difference?
Obviously, yeah, there's many differences. I believe that here, especially in South Florida, a lot of people say, hey, no, Italians, we know everything, Americans. Being honest with you, I
like the sense into it.
The crowd here in South Florida, they know what they're doing when they go out and eat.
Okay.
People here in Boca know
we've been around the world.
sophisticated.
Yeah.
Yes, people
Some of
here
us.
go out and eat dinner 5-6 times a week. Where in Italy we go maybe one or twice
Right. It's
like
a
a thing.
month. It's different.
Well, but it takes a
So-
special kind of person and a special kind of constitution to deal with Boca Raton, and I'm saying that
Well, I'm curious.
just because
you need
I've
to
been
earn-
around
Because
and
You need to
everything.
earn your trust here. Let's put it that way. That's all it is. In the beginning, it was a little hard. Now I love it.
Right.
I have many
You've
of my
learned-
customers that have been coming here for many years. They sit down and say, Ricky, whatever you want.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's the ultimate.
the
Oh,
omakase, they turn their hands over to you.
You know,
Oh,
I
jeez.
love it here. I love it.
That's good. When
I
you
love it.
If somebody does that, I was thinking about this actually on the Walk of Life today, Mike Mayo. We're thinking about things about the restaurant here. So if somebody says, "Hey, I'm leaving it up to the chef. What's coming out tonight? What's coming out?"
Well, every day will be
This-
something
this.
different. You know,
Okay.
sometimes we're
Okay.
braising short ribs. We're doing also buco. We're doing the whole fish, like I'll show you guys later. We're doing tonight. We have beautiful whole rata.
Arata, is that a
Mediterranean
Mediterranean
rata.
fish? It's a-
Correct, it is. It's I call it the sister or the brother, whatever, from the branzino.
Okay, I was gonna say
Very similar, white meat, firm, a little more steaky than the branzino. I love to do the whole fish all the time.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. Sometimes it's turbo. So we change depending from the day, and people know and they trust us.
and they know you, they love you, they trust you, and you're putting out the freshest product, which is why
Right.
Casa d'Angelo is.
We put a
it's-
lot of pride
reach-
in what we do.
It's reached the pinnacle. Why don't we take our first break? And
I got to tell us this thing. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I have to get the chef's opinion on this because he worked with one of my dear friends, Francesco, was a pasta chef here for Chef Angelo. I don't know which restaurant was that at the original
Well,
location.
he did it sometime. He worked in the past with Angelo, and then he worked for a while with Angelo in the Coral Springs
No, no.
location as well.
Did he ever fire a meat cleaver at you or anything? I mean, he was a very volatile guy.
No, I knew to stay away.
Does it get like that in the kitchen? I mean,
with a bunch of Italians,
Never.
I mean, like crazy
No comment.
Italians.
No comment. Okay, let's move to the next.
Well, getting back to so the Defo and I, we originally grew up in Brooklyn. How tired do you ever get of hearing the phrase, especially here in Boca, of like, "Well, we're from New York and blank blank," or do they pull that card?
We kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
We kill them with kindness, and then once they sit down and they start tasting our food, and
yeah,
again, it's all
There's not
about
much to
earning
say
the
for it.
trust.
it always mystified me because look, I spent my childhood and teen years in New York. I'd go back often, and all those people say, "Oh, this is not like New York and South Florida." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? Have you tried Casa d'Angelo? Have you tried some of these other places? I mean, like,
Let me
this
tell
is
you,
top quality food, and what more do you want? You're getting the fresh seafood right from the
we gotta
local
understand
waters.
too. Sometimes it's like if you go on vacation in Italy.
Yeah.
When you're on vacation, you have those 10 days. You're drinking, you're eating. Anywhere you go, whatever you do, everything is always excellent. When you're back home and you're going out, you're a little more judgmental about everything.
100%.
It's a different environment.
It's
But
back to the old routine. and you
again,
get
I'm
picky and persnickety.
A home run so far, and we're only on first base.
Yeah, no,
Mayo.
and this.
Oh my God!
I don't know about you. I'm going to go in and finish off.
You
this
should
show.
finish
ahead.
that for sure.
And
I was ready
think-
to dive another fork into the scallops,
you
which
guys-
were
I'll
Yeah,
get
go
some
for it.
Yeah.
And
we'll
again,
get
that
some beef
zucchini.
tartare ready.
I apologize. Boy, did I speak out of turn. It's like the time I compared
You didn't
the
compare the
filet of
Skyline
fish
chili,
sandwich.
yeah,
to,
That's okay. We're back on the same page.
Okay, we're good. We're all good. Before we go to our first break, I gotta tell everybody about. We're so excited. We're gonna be hosting on the Lunchbox our first live event, which is going to be in conjunction with the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival and our friends at Even Keel Fish Shack in Lauderdale by the Sea. Saturday, August 10th. We're calling it Pearl Jam by the Sea. It's a celebration of oysters, bubbly, and music, live music from maybe a favorite Seattle band. They're not going to be there, but we're going to be.
Right, man. It sounds like a sick rabbi.
Are you
doesn't it?
doing that?
Like whenever Deefo does it, I'm like,
Everything. I think I'm back in. I
I
think I'm back in synagogue. I'm hearing my rabbi singing
Oh,
like
look at my
it's
bar mitzvah.
Kol Nidre or something.
Like we have to
No.
sing again.
Jeremy spoken.
Neither of you singing is what I want to
Don't
hear.
call me daughter.
You won't have to hear
and
that
don't sing.
a week from Saturday, I
Okay.
promise.
You
I'll
won't
be there
hear
making
any of
sure
that. I will
neither of
not
them
be
sing.
singing.
Tickets are actually moving fast.
Oh, good.
Okay, we are sold out. There might be 2 VIP seats left if you want to get in on the bar seating with a split of Tattinger champagne and an extra entree from their brunch lunch menu. Otherwise, it's general admission all the way, and they are moving and moving fast. Now, I've been informed that on Monday, is actually National Oyster Day, which
Is it really?
again,
Get out of here.
you
That
wouldn't
worked out
think
really
so.
well. Good
So
for you.
Wow.
we kind of, we planned it
Fell
all
ass
along. We were going to
backwards.
have a celebration
We're shucking
later
and
in the
jiving, my
week.
friend. Yeah.
August 10th,
Come on out,
1
Chef.
to 4 p.m.
You're invited.
Eventbrite. Go online to vlfoodwine.com to get your tickets, or go online to Eventbrite. It's oysterpearljam.eventbrite.com. Get your general admission tickets. It's going to be a fun time. Unlimited bubbly, unlimited raw oysters, and we got the Bellini bar, which we're calling the Vitology bar in honor of Pearl Jam, and all kinds of other stuff. We're going to have a oyster eating competition. We might have one slot open to the people out there.
Actually,
We're going to
I
have
think
a
it's the move.
contest
Just let someone go for
next week.
What
But
was the status of Tanazzini? Is he in?
I think it's going to be Tanazzini. I got a confirmation today from one of my
One of our favorite
radio
chefs. Yeah.
radio personalities. Julie Guy is in, even though she's never really eaten oysters. I said, come on in and try it. And we love Julie Guy. And
Lovely young lady.
it's
Very
going to be a
nice.
fun time. And the thing is, Monday we're going to be on a encore edition Monday, but Monday only. This tip for you: if you put in the promo code Oyster on Monday, you'll get an additional discount for National Oyster Day. I think we're going to knock the prices down to $50 on Monday, so that might be the day to grab your tickets. And it might be a sellout by the end of Monday.
50 bucks is a great deal.
Great
What are
deal
you
for
talking
Oh,
about?
that's a
Wow.
great
3 hours
deal.
of unlimited all-you-can-eat oysters and bubbly. I'm in. So
We'll be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you can
got
sense the
shit.
chef
We'll
knows
see
this
if
is like
Angelo
a,
gives me a day off.
the chicken's in the oven.
Yeah. Slug down. We're going to
Yeah.
do the contest is going to be 5 dozen oysters in 5 minutes. Whoever finishes them first or the most in 5 minutes.
Do we put Louie up?
We might have
We
to
could
put.
do it.
I was
one
going
of
to say
our-
one of us could. I can.
Yeah, you can
if
do
might
it.
turn
I'm going to
green.
be the MC.
Yeah. I'm not a
What do
huge
you think?
oyster
Can
guy,
you
but
do
I'll
it? 5
do it.
dozen oysters in 5
I'm not
minutes?
gonna do anything
I
close
did
to
a
that, but I'll
dozen in
do it.
about 30 seconds for that
Yeah, but
promo. clip
that's
that
you.
we
Yeah.
filmed
You
But I'm
for
not
got
social
us out
you.
early, though. You don't have stamina.
I don't want to be you.
You're a sprinter. Yeah.
We'll see. That's going to be a fun time. blfoodwine.com.
That was amazing, Mike Mayo.
Oh, it's good.
Absolutely amazing.
Let's take our first
Yeah.
break, and then we're going to have our second course, the
Yes.
pasta
There's
course
more? Get
with
outta
Chef
here.
Ricky. Of course, there's more.
Wow.
At Casa D'Angelo. It's a veritable feast every day. All right, we'll
Thank
see you in a minute.
Thank you.
Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. It's a little further inland. Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya, fish cakes, and shrimp and grits around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. Serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox Special Road Edition, Casa D'Angelo, Boca Raton, East Palmetto Park Road, 171.
Here's the thing, you know, I just noticed this, Mike Mayo. All right, like people complain, like if the food doesn't come out like a medium right after another, you need a little time to relax.
That's the idea.
Between courses.
We call
do
it
you not?
We call it the refractory period. I think that might be a term that applies to something else, like other leisure activities.
Yes,
but if you have a great appetizer,
when you have
you want it to breathe.
When you have something that brings you so much pleasure,
enjoy it.
Where it's they
don't be snapping your fingers at the waiter in a place like this.
They call it a foodgasm, and then you need a little refractory period where you no longer can smoke a cigarette inside, but you can certainly sit back with a glass of wine. And I see Lisa Koch was on the chat line.
Lisa's one of my favorites on the chat line.
Wondering about the wine selection. First of all,
I have a beautiful wine here, and I'm a big Russian River Chardonnay fan. I know you're not a Chardonnay guy, but if you were,
what's that called? Hartford or Hereford?
This is Hartford.
Good
Hartford
producer.
Court.
Yeah.
Okay. Russian River, like Healdsburg, California. You got Ramey Vineyards there, which is great, and the chef Ricky said that he thinks that's a little bit too buttery for him, but I like that.
You see, I have a palate that's very similar to chef's.
Dry or buttery is okay with me.
I don't like it too,
but
buttery.
I don't like it sweet.
I don't like it sweet. I don't like it too oaky. I like it a little bit, drier.
I like oaky too, but
the thing is, here at Casa
Russian River, you
D'Angelo,
can't go wrong.
The flagship, he says he has like 18,000 bottles of wine. We'll have to ask Ricky how many bottles they have in this location, but they have some top-notch stuff. I mean, obviously the name brand knockouts, if you want your Camus from the California Reds, but they specialize in Italians, the Gaia. But this, I'm drinking.
Well, what are you drinking?
A Sperry is the brand, and it's a Valpolicella. Now,
are you familiar with it?
Well, I don't really know the Sperry label. What I do know is growing up, remember, there was Bola, was the kind of the cheap brand, and
I wasn't a huge Italian wine fan.
It was
back in the day,
Bola Valpolicella, and back then it was $2.99 a bottle, and it wasn't bad. It was a good table wine, but this is a Valpolicella, nice, which is like premium, where it's really smooth, really well structured.
Yeah, this is absolutely Mailman. I mean, I know you're not a Chardonnay guy, but this is a fine Chardonnay. I would buy it anytime, and if this was the only one I could drink the rest of my life, it would be fine.
Yeah, and that goes perfectly with some of the seafood dishes.
Oh my God,
that scallop dish, that scallop crudo, that white Chardonnay, a really high quality one, goes perfectly. This, though, I gotta say, it pretty much goes with everything. You know, there's people out there who say, "Oh, you can't drink red wine with fish," and that's bunk. You can drink any wine with anything if you like it. I mean,
Yeah.
and
I know
It's
you're
like a
supposed to do-
Chardonnay with a steak. I mean,
I know you're
same
supposed to
thing,
do
yeah.
wine with this, and I get if it's heavier, you want something lighter. If it's light, you want something. I get that, but I don't know. I just
there
I
are
like
better
a nice red wine.
pairings.
Yeah,
That's why restaurants have sommeliers, because
How good are you at this kind of thing?
I'm
Is this
excellent
one of
at
your really one of
yeah,
your
no,
areas of
I'm
expertise?
a wine
Because I knew
aficionado.
wines when you know from working in restaurants. I mean, there's obviously been a lot of changes since I was a waiter, but you know, in general, I followed this for a long period of time, and the Chardonnays are a little bit different. The red wines, it seems like there's a much wider field that you have to be knowledgeable of.
Chardonnay. Well, I mean, it's such a wide world as it is, because now wines are coming from everywhere. And as the climate changes, you're going to see also changes in wine producing regions.
more north.
Pretty soon, you're going to get your Canadian,
What do you mean?
you know,
Yeah.
good white wines
Yeah.
and reds as things get a little bit maybe too hot in the Napa Valley. But
Is there a region that surprises you? Like, I mean, like people will say, "Whoa, you get wines from Seattle; they're great." Is there anything that like you would think? Oh,
I
man,
love
that's
the
a
Oregons.
schminky thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
I love
Northwest
the Willamette
wines
Valley.
are nice.
And another place I love, and actually has gotten really good, and it's both Israeli and Lebanon has some great wine producing
Lebanon,
regions. However, I don't think I want to go there anytime soon. It's going to get a little
I mean,
dicey.
no, it's a little ugly there, no question about
Yeah,
it.
but meanwhile, the classic places. I'm proud to say I'm well traveled. I've been to most of the major wine producing regions around the world, with the exception of I've never been to the Bordeaux region in France.
All right.
I've been all throughout Italy and other parts of France and the Burgundy.
Were you a
and
big wine guy back then? Or,
I've always been a big.
Oh, you
wine
have?
guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
look at me. I'm insufferable elitist Mike Mayo. I've been drinking only the finest wine since I'm 21. Since
really?
Since you were,
Oh, you started
When I
early.
was
you were in
banging
high school.
cheerleaders,
Yeah,
yeah,
I wasn't
exactly.
drinking
Right.
wine
Mo
until
Green
I
over
met
here.
Shirley Reyes.
I'll never forget that when I first fell in love. I was a very young
When I
sports
fell
writer.
in love with you, you sound like the Beatles now. I mean, what
Or
the
you
hell
went to
is it?
Tufts. That's what it was.
No, no.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
And then
that
he
was your
studied
problem.
in the
That was
I
your
did
British
hang
School
out
of
with a bunch of
Business.
Europeans at Tufts, and they turned me on to some of the Euro wines. But it was when I first became a sports writer and I started traveling, and a couple of my good friends settled out in San Francisco. So I went to visit them, and we took a trip up to both Sonoma and Napa, and
Oh, it's
going
beautiful,
to some of
yeah.
those vineyards.
Definitely worth doing. At
And this
least
was
once.
back in 1990. So we're going back 30 whatever years, almost. I can't even do the math anymore. 35 years, 34 years. And back then it was different. It wasn't as overrun with tourists, and you could go into a vineyard and it was still family owned and not taken over by these big conglomerates, and they would just pour you glasses. There was no, now they all charge you. It's a revenue
Oh,
stream.
really? I didn't realize.
Yeah,
that.
when you go out
yeah.
to some of these vineyards now, they're pouring you,
okay.
oh, do you want the premium tasting, $50? Do you want the $20, the basic? Back then it was $0. And they just want you to leave with a couple of bottles of wine, you know? And so they would pour you these generous pours of some really top-notch wine. And that's when I first developed a taste for it. And call me snobbish, call me elitist. I freaking love the stuff. And as the Italian restaurants in my youth in Brooklyn used to say on the placemat, a day without wine is like a day without sunshine. So
Listen
to
to
me,
you. Wow.
it's an essential part of a meal. We got Ricky back here.
That
He's
trip, though,
dropped
people
in-
should definitely take it. All of these Let's Eat South Florida people, 160,000 strong. If you haven't done the Sonoma Napa Valley wine tour, it definitely should be on your
Oh, no,
bucket
Sonoma's
list of things to
amazing.
I
do.
would
Napa's
even
great.
recommend Tuscany because that's beautiful.
Oh, if you can get out to
Tuscany
Italy,
too,
it's
yeah.
Ultimate.
Yeah.
You can get out to Italy. It's amazing.
Meanwhile, I misspoke. It wasn't pasta course time. We've now got beef tartare, right?
Well, I wanted to do a little beef tartare.
Look at that egg on top.
A little
What-
bit of the Dijon mustard, Reggiano crisp,
crisp.
frisé. We
Oh, that looks
have
great. Wow,
fennel
wow, wow.
confit and poached egg.
So this is a regular chicken egg, not a duck egg or quail egg.
This is
or
a regular chicken egg.
Okay.
Sometime we'll do the duck egg.
I mean, it is us.
especially
Okay.
for
Do you
when
want
we
to do
have
the honors and
truffles.
break the yolk, and then we'll
I
show
think we need
how
the chef to carve
sexy it
this
can
up.
be
Yeah.
when
Chef
that
Ricky do
yolk
this.
breaks. Oh, get that going there. Oh yeah. there
Look
we go.
out.
Oh,
Look
And
out.
this is
Holy
supposed to be
Tuscany.
all
yeah. And then
Like,
you just
like we
mix that
travel in northern
creamy,
Italy here. What are you
yolky
talking about here?
goodness.
with the Reggiano. We got a little parsley olive oil.
Oh, I like the way he says Reggiano. Can you say that again?
Reggiano.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
how sexy is
Italian
that?
accent. I mean,
You know, if
Sure. if you're into
If
that.
I wasn't heterosexual, I would
There's
just be
nothing wrong
melting
with
at my
that.
knees.
Yeah, You turn into Matteo Berrettini here, right in front of our eyes.
Look at
Amazing,
that.
yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's
Oh,
how you
look
do
at
it.
that. That's the way you
So
do it.
what
That's
kind
the
of
way you do
Mayo,
it.
you would not have
It
done
looks
that.
beautiful,
Mayo
but
had ruined
that's
Oh,
how you
my
finish
God.
and what kind of beef are you using in there? It's a
This is prime Creekstone.
prime creekstone, a
Where
filetto, like a
Angelo has always
tenderloin.
been a big fan of the Creekstone.
Oh, wow. Look at this. This is beautiful.
It looks phenomenal.
Yes, this is
and,
a beef
and
tenderloin.
got-
you didn't serve it, Mike.
You got
This is
pepper,
fantastic.
or is there capers in here? Or what
No,
kind of-
actually, I left it very clean.
Ooh,
Thank
clean.
you. Thank you.
So it's Dijon mustard, fleur de sel, parsley, olive oil, fennel, and poached egg.
Okay.
You'll understand when you try it why I left
I'm gonna
it so
go in
clean.
there.
Is
Here we
this
go.
something
First
that's
bite,
on
Mike
the
Mayo.
menu, or is this something that
No,
you're
it's not on the
creating
menu.
the
We
fly?
do it
Oh my
as
God.
we do it as a special.
Uh-oh. We lost one.
Creamy.
And,
Lusciousness.
and this especially once we are in the new location, we are opening for lunch as well.
Oh, great. Wow.
So
Oh, you are.
we are going to
Oh,
open
interesting.
for lunch as well.
This would be an ideal place for lunch. It
This
really
would be
would.
an
I mean, an ideal
Like
place.
after the summer,
Yeah.
I guess, when you get closer to October, November.
yes.
Yeah, this is
November.
a hit because Boca is known as a place, with ladies who lunch. And
Yes.
gentlemen, too. I mean, it's a lot of retaires.
a lot of business
How about
lunch
a
as
power
well.
Yeah,
of
like a
business
business
lunch?
would be perfect.
You bring your clients in here. Are they not going to be overwhelmingly impressed, Mike Mayo? Come on, get out of here. That is amazing.
It is-
Amazing.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's funny we
And-
make fun of Mayo for using the word luscious because he uses it a lot when he really likes something. I'm annoyed, but that actually is very
But
luscious.
isn't that the most
And
apt
that's actually a
description
perfect
of
word
this?
for
Is,
that. Yeah.
and you could also say luxurious because it feels like
Yeah,
Many
in your
years
mouth,
ago,
it, like,
many
dances
years
in your
ago, it
mouth.
was easier to find a nice and good beef tartare. Now it's very hard.
That is great.
Very few
That is
people
great, yeah.
do it. So
no, this is something. And again, I guess some people say, "Oh, raw meat." No, but
When
it's
you're
the
using high
highest
quality
quality,
meat, I mean.
and it is a real luxury.
this is the
item.
same meat we use to make our famous beef carpaccio, which
Mhm.
is one of our
Which is
top
thin.
sells in our appetizers.
Phenomenal.
Now
one
we-
is razor thin slices, and this is just a
Correct.
little bit chunkier, but that full mouthfeel. A lot of times critics and foodies use that term mouthfeel, but it really just envelops everything. Where you
Well,
get
the egg yolk with the beef,
Yeah.
like combined for like a really nice texture.
Yeah, usually they put a boiled egg. I feel like this it gives it a little more creaminess.
Yeah,
to
but I was
it.
gonna say creaminess. Yeah.
And now,
now when you say, "Oh, we don't," you're not putting in the capers or the peppers. Is that something that comes with experience and the learning to step away and subtract ingredients instead
It's-
of adding more
It
things?
just sometimes instead of doing, I mean, with the capers, it's always good. I do it many times in my house as well. But you don't want always the classic dish. Sometimes you just want to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like this has got a little more clean flavor.
Yeah, and you
to it,
get out of the
profile.
way. Get out of the way.
Right.
Just with that little bit of salt, that gives it that little bit of vibrancy and kind of it accentuates the other flavors.
We
and the
want to,
beef, it
we want to
brightens
do
the beef.
different versions. And
Oh,
now,
look out.
now when it's truffle season and we got the white truffles.
Oh yeah, then you go
Uh-oh.
crazy.
Then we go
Uh-oh.
with the duck egg and shaved white truffles.
I've been party to
So-
that here at the
Thank
Fort
you, man.
Lauderdale one, and I don't know what I did to Angelo in this or a previous life, but he treats me so well because when that white Alba truffle season begins in December, and I came there one time with a group for around the holidays, and it was a literal truffle shower. I had it was like Roberto Duran. I was saying no mas.
Well,
That
I guess-
commercial where they grind the
I
cheese.
guess you are
yeah,
on the
yeah.
premium list
yeah.
after all, right?
Wow,
That's good.
That's
Oh.
amazing. And what do we
so
have here, Chef?
here, just to smell, now you guys are getting me hungry. I'm
Ah.
supposed to get you guys hungry.
Well, there's
now.
some-
You need a plate.
tartare
You need a
left, let's
plate.
go.
Yeah, get a
So
plate.
what we have here, it's a tortellone. It's stuffed with fontina and black truffle.
Oh my god!
It's a
Oh, black truffle.
burnt butter,
That brown butter,
toasted walnut,
Oh my god!
sage,
I'm going in.
and shaved reggiano. Again,
Say Reggiano.
I think we have a lot of a flavor, but with very few ingredients, clean.
I'm just I'm
You know, it's funny.
verklempt.
This is
This
a
is-
joke of a job to be able to come here to Casa D'Angelo
Now
and have this kind of meal, Mayo. Come on.
now there's part of me that
Wow,
says,
thank
"Oh,
you.
look at this. This looks like a one bite. I could just shove the whole thing in my
Oh, thank
mouth."
you, Jim.
But I am not going to do that here.
Come
'cause
on, you're
that
a
would be-
professional. You know what you're doing.
I can't. I can't.
You don't know
I
who you're
cannot
talking to.
desecrate this beautiful
we don't
dish.
judge here.
Oh, but you would judge me in a way that would be ultimately harsh, and I don't want it to get back to Angelo. He might ban me. No, look at this. Look at this thing. This thing is shimmering. The this fresh made. And what do you call it? It's I'm sorry, it's
Tortellone.
tortellone. Because
You know, the
sometimes I get confused on-
tortellini is the same shape, but it's a smaller one.
yeah,
And usually
this
we
is
do
a
it with the
bigger one.
meat and
Oh,
we
it's a
do it with
bigger
the broth.
similar
this
to a
is-
ravioli or maybe an agno.
Yeah, it's like a ravioli, but
agnolotti.
we just close it in a different way.
Mm.
There's fontina, there's Reggiano cheese, black truffle. That's pretty much it. You know, we put
Again,
a little
is this
bit of
something that's on
Eggo.
the menu, or is this another?
This is another special.
I love that. Okay.
No, on the menu we pretty much have all the classics. We run about 18 to 22 specials daily.
Oh, really?
And that's where we like to
So
play
you do
around.
change out a great deal, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
do allow
Oh,
to
yeah.
have some.
We have a few specials that are always on the special because we cannot touch them.
yeah, people would lose
That
it.
is off the chart.
Yeah, that-
Salute.
Amazing. I mean, unbelievable.
Salute.
Mayo man,
I need another
Another home
refractory
run,
period right
another
So
home
here.
run.
someone asked
Louis.
For Angelo, and Angela's not here, so I think she meant Chef Ricky. What are your favorite wines? Either from Italy, you've traveled the world.
I'll be honest with you. I'm very open-minded when it comes to wine, just as much as food. I feel like it depends from the day.
Okay.
Depends what you eat in. If
Okay.
is it how hot it is outside. Sometimes I'm a big fan of Barolos and Brunello.
Of course.
Which is great wine.
But obviously,
This
who doesn't
Valpolicella
like a
is
good
very nice.
Bordeaux
This
or
is-
good Burgundy?
this is nice.
Valpolicella is fantastic.
This is
The
very
Ripasso,
drinkable with everything. Yeah.
it's very, very nice.
And so
I
you're
feel like
saying-
it's more for lunch, you know.
You don't have just a set standard list. You love exploring and
But
I
you're not
do.
judging then. If you're open-minded, that means you wouldn't judge him having his white and us having our red.
By any means, I don't. You know, I'm like I said, I'm open-minded. Depends what you eat, what you like, and what you're in the mood for.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want something a little bit on the lighter side, so I'll go with a
What
Pinot
about the-
Noir or Burgundy. And
I'm happy these guys are drinking red.
yeah, there you
'Cause
go.
this is unbelievable.
That's all
man.
you.
This
Put
is
that
great.
ribbon on that.
That's all
bottle,
you.
that beautiful
Yeah.
California. It's a Napa. It's a Russian River
Russian River.
Valley,
Yeah.
which is actually Sonoma, right? Russian
Yes.
River is a northern part of Sonoma. Well, so you're open minded to anything. But how about like when I was growing up, you'd see those in the Italian reds in the wicker baskets, the
Let's not-
Riuniti.
Let's not push it. I'm not that open-minded. Okay?
We all have our floors, our levels. Yeah, it's all good.
we got our-
And no, and because I was asking, obviously Fort Lauderdale, I think Angelo told us he has about 18,000 bottles in
18,000.
cellar there. How much
The,
do you
the
have
wine,
here?
the wine cellar in Fort Lauderdale is definitely the more vast. I mean,
Mhm.
it's also their wine cellar is about the size of 3 of our kitchens. So it's a different world.
But you
Obviously,
have,
with the new location, we're gonna have much more space.
a bigger, but you have all
bigger
the
cellar.
greatest hits here. I mean,
we
you
do.
got
We do. We have all the top wines. We're not as vast as they are with French wines. I mean, we'll bring pretty much anything in on request, which we do already.
right. And if somebody requests something that may be down in Fort Lauderdale and calls earlier in
do
the
it.
day,
We
they
do
can
it.
go.
Anything
somebody will
they
bring
want.
it up.
Oh, wow.
Anything
Yeah.
they want, we do.
Corkage?
have
I
that
mean,
many
do you
times.
allow corkage? Because you have so
we
many
do.
wines.
We do allow with a corkage fee.
Okay.
Which is $50.
Yep. Again, but again, you
Um,
have most everything and
we-
anything
We
anybody
pretty
could
much
want.
have everything.
But
Yes.
I know there are some collectors out there that say, "Oh, I have this very rare bottle," and the etiquette is you pay the corkage and pour a little bit off for the chef. That's
All right. But
So-
something we have a big going on in summer in Boca is on Wednesday we do 50% off.
There
Oh,
you go.
wines
nice. Okay.
Get out of here.
Up to bottles of $250.
Oh,
so
wow.
you can
50% off the bottle of wine.
correct.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically, you can order a beautiful Brunello or Barolo
I could
and
get it for
pay
half price.
$125. So
Really?
I think is an excellent.
That's a
deal.
great deal. You'll see me
is.
next Wednesday. Is that all the cost? Angeles?
No, it's here in Boca.
Boca.
We do it here.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That might even be worth the trip
Yeah.
for a half price
Yeah.
bottle of
100%.
Brunello.
Up to $250. Like you can get.
No, you get it for
$100 bottle of wine for
$1.25 instead of
$100.
$2.50.
There's so many good wines around it.
That's a
200,
beautiful,
250.
beautiful thing.
Uh-oh.
All right, we got one
All
more
right,
dropping
so
in. We do
here-
have to
Here,
take
man.
another break. Why don't we just introduce this pasta dish, and we'll
Holy
take our
moly.
second of 3 breaks.
So
and,
here we have one of my favorite pasta cuts
Looks amazing.
ever,
Wow.
which I like to use with meats and fish as well. I call it the fat rigatoni, but the real name is the paccheri.
Paccheri, yeah.
So it's the
Oh, I,
paccheri.
I mispronounce it all the time.
Mhm.
But okay.
So this is a paccheri with a cauliflower vellutata, rock
wow.
shrimp, cherry tomatoes. I put a little bit of mint in there and fresh basil, calabrese spicy peppers, and a toasted aromatic breadcrumb.
That looks
So
great.
you get the
Wow.
creaminess of the cauliflower, then you get the bites of the sweet shrimp, spicy, and you got the toasted crumb. So it comes together very nicely.
What I love about all this, Ricky, is here we are. We've had, 5 dishes. Not one of them have had the mozzarella and red sauce. You know,
Yeah,
the
it's all
what
different.
people think of Italian, which is really Italian American, where it's just covered in sauce and cheese. And look,
Which is
I'm
fine.
a big
I love
fan
that,
of
yeah.
my Brooklyn youth.
I mean, you
and-
come here, you want a mozzarella, we have that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
obviously, we want to show you
True
also,
Italian.
we have the classic, we have the comfort food. Sometimes people come here for the meatball and sausage on a
Yeah.
Sunday, or a nice plate of fettuccine bolognese. We
Yep.
have that.
Okay. Do you
But,
do chicken parm?
We do. We do.
Look at that
They always
face.
make the
I love
face.
the face.
Yeah.
Italians always
Of
make that
course.
face. We love freaking chicken pie. We're
He
like,
made a Mayo face,
fine.
people. But it's one of
You know what's amazing
Reno's
too?
the same way. Reno made the same face.
We're the only people in here because they're not open for lunch right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, the aroma
well,
coming
I
off
gotta
of
get
these
this
dishes
plate. I need
is
bigger
just
arms. There we
absolutely
go.
fantastic.
I got it. And it's funny you mentioned the paccheri
Wow.
because on Sunday
Wow.
night, I actually had a paccheri dish in Fort Lauderdale. It was with sausage and oh my God, it was also a white sauce.
You have to remember that's like an appetizer plate for him.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is,
yeah.
and my mind is going so bad, but it was with a sausage and probably
I have a few plates coming.
some
now.
mushrooms. Yeah, of course, it was like a
Yeah, that's what we have it on the menu. We
Yeah.
have it here as well. That's our norcina.
norcina. Okay,
So it's basically a truffle reggiano
Mm.
with mushrooms and
and
sausage.
some sausage, and the sausage
nice
is like a
and rich,
crumbled
very,
sausage.
very.
Unlike any
comfort
sausage
food.
you get in the
Thank you.
markets here. Oh, look at that. He's so classy. He doesn't even want to mix
I
the
can use
sauces.
this.
He's
All
like,
right,
oh wait,
okay.
don't take that away. I gotta eat that. Gonna have. And is that sage
Oh,
on
thank you.
top of it here with the?
That's crispy sage.
Crispy
Put a
sage.
little salt and pepper.
Oh, you know me, my crispy. Oh, that's so good.
Let
All
me
right,
have
he's
that,
gonna
Mike.
dish this out. Let's take our second break.
Let's do it.
Before we do, a couple of words. We welcome to the Lunchbox as an official sponsor today, J&C Seafood in Davie.
Oh, nice.
Or
You might have
Luke's-
seen. Oh, did I say
Luke's
J&C?
Seafood Grill. We love J&C in Hollywood.
My
and now
brain
we
is
welcome
melting.
Luke's Seafood Grill. Out in
J&C
Davie.
is in Hollywood. They've been on board.
Yeah, we
We've
love
got Luke's Seafood in Davie, and we had the spot on them for before. And just one note is they are away on vacation this week. They will be reopening next Tuesday, August
Nice.
6th. So go check them out next Tuesday through Sunday. They're closed on Mondays. They do a great job. And I also got to put out the good word for our friends at Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap. I was in there last night, sitting at the bar, had that blackened redfish dish with that corn grit, the corn succotash and the grit cake beneath it. That was perfect for me and my new dietary needs. Maybe not so much with the grit cake, but definitely that blackened redfish was beautiful. Brandon and Kevin are doing a great job there. 525 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale. Open 7 days for lunch, dinner, weekend brunch. Can't beat it. Can't beat the hospitality. Great scratch-made food. Great cocktails. They have Whiskey Wednesday and they have whiskey every day. All their
Yes, sir.
house-made cocktails. Beautiful happy hour from Monday through Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. Go in there. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Mayo, this is a mind blower here today. It really is. Casa D'Angelo. Coming back with more, Chef Ricky. I mean, there can't be any more coming. Please
Oh,
tell us
there's
there's nothing more coming.
I
A
got
fish?
my
We got a
special
whole fish.
holorata. We got the whole
Oh,
fish.
my
One of my
God.
favorite.
Don't let him eat it all with his hands. And we're coming back with more from Casa D'Angelo, Boca Raton in a moment.
Thank you.
One of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. at 2035 Harrison Street. This place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. We got so many good seafood restaurants on board now as sponsors because everybody knows me. I love good, fresh seafood. And J&C Oyster.
We went all the way to the break, and then it did a thing. Hold on. Hold on strong the whole fucking show.
Oh, man.
You got that pepper?
Me, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're on. We're on. So yes, we are here at Casa D'Angelo. Appreciate everyone who stuck through it. The technical issues have actually been pretty good, and we don't care because the food's fantastic.
It's okay. I took a bite of this pepper, and
Yeah, it kind of laid
They
him
warned you.
Yeah,
They
Chef
warned
Ricky
you.
wasn't kidding. They put these little sport peppers in there, and when you get that bite with the seeds in it, whoo, maron, that is a little bit caliente.
now what is this dish again, Mike? Do you remember exactly
this
what
is the-
this was?
Pacheri, or pacheri as you pronounce
Wow,
it, with
phenomenal.
rock shrimp and a kind of creamed cauliflower.
What is
And-
Ricky trying to do?
And
to
you
us
know
here?
how, before I said I used the word luscious, This time I'm going to use another word, velvety. That when it crushes that cauliflower, and it's kind of like almost a cauliflower paste that coats the pasta, the fresh pasta, and then you put a little bit of the briny bits of the rock shrimp on it, and then a little bit of the zazouts, the hot peppers on there. That is a fantastic dish, my friend. But I think you know this because Angelo Illy has kept you on board for more than 15 years. You're here for 20 years. That means you know what you're doing. This dish is outstanding.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, here we go. This
What do we
is
got?
pièce de résistance
Okay,
here.
so we do a lot of whole fish here. Mostly it's the Dover sole. We'll do almondine, meunière, all kind of stuff. Branzini, loup de mer. This is orata, Mediterranean, stuffed with porcini and wild mushrooms, cherry tomatoes, potatoes, fresh herbs, and
Did you get a shot
little
of that,
bit of
Lubie?
olive
I
oil.
did. Where I got video.
Luby's so busy eating his pasta.
I got
the
video of
presentation is
everything.
I don't know. I
Good
got
man.
shadows
just
here.
incredible. Yeah.
Here we go.
Very
I've got a
nice.
I got
right
everything.
side out. This is beautiful. And I cannot thank you enough, Chef Ricky, because this,
It's my pleasure.
when I say I'm going to go out for a light lunch today for a show,
He's stopping at a Wits ice cream parlor on
again,
the way
I
back.
haven't seen a piece of cheese, right? So it is a light lunch. It's very low fat, very heart healthy. And
Well, that's the funny
I
thing is
love
that's what I
this.
was saying is we're eating a lot of different
and
dishes,
there has been
but
some.
nothing feels like it weighs me down. Again, they're using fresh ingredients, they're using high quality ingredients, they're not using a lot of
And he uses things sparingly.
creams or any of that stuff.
Right. When I say no cheese, obviously he's used a bunch
Yeah,
of the Reggiano.
Reggiano cheese.
They're using a
Reggiano,
lot of
but it's so
offshoots.
sparing and
Yes.
it's so like it
But you know,
feels
you
light.
had no cream, you had no butter.
Well, and even the
in any
oil,
dish.
they're using
This is
olive
all
oil.
olive
I'm sure.
oil?
I'm sure
This
it's
is
olive
all
oil.
olive oil, no cream,
Which
no
is-
butter. Anyway.
Here comes the bet, Defo.
What's up?
My cardiologist will be very pleased that there was no butter.
Oh, okay. How many minutes are we into the show before he mentioned his
I think we're
doctor?
50 something
Almost the
minutes. into
entire
the meal.
show, so he did fine.
That's a world record.
By his
Fantastic.
standards,
A
that's
tribute to
very
the
high.
Chef Ricky here. That's
And you would think that a lot of this is, I mean, it tastes like it's drowning in butter, and that's a compliment because it's so
Seasoning,
luscious
it's
and
flavors.
velvety, and just all these things that are just, things that you normally associate with fine
wow,
dining.
wow,
But
that looks beyond
to
amazing.
do all
man.
this with just olive oil,
That looks amazing.
again, outstanding. And for
Healthy,
those
yeah.
who like the Mediterranean diet, this is the right place. It's lots
Yeah.
of vegetables, lots of olive oils, lots of good, healthy things.
Well, and if you're looking for innovative cooking, which a
Yep.
lot of people on Let's Eat South Florida are looking for innovation.
Yeah, difference.
Casa has been a leader in that category for a long, long time. And it looks like the tradition just continues, Mike Mayo, because that's not easy to maintain where you're constantly creatively ahead of like a lot of the other places.
Well,
They're on a very, very vibrant restaurant scene here.
well, and that's the thing is a lot of places will have one or two.
Yeah.
When he said 18 specials, the three of us are like, how do you do that?
18 specials. Get out of here, man.
Well, Angelo likes to take us also in
Wow, look at
trips
this.
every
Oh my
year.
God.
He'll
This
take
fish-
us like 1, 2, or 3 times a year.
Well, R&D
New
though.
York, Chicago,
Yep.
all around, just to try different restaurants. He's always very adamant. We have to see what other people are doing.
Stay
we wanna,
stay
we
up to
wanna,
date.
We want to exactly.
But I
Now-
think that's huge. That's what's really cool about your industry is in other industries, it's called stealing. It's called following, being a follower.
It's called
this
flattery.
Industry, it's
First,
Why
let's get an
wouldn't I-
idea. We want to get ideas. We want to see what's
See what's out
different
there,
out there, what people are liking. Obviously, we don't like
And
to
you-
copy a dish. We
No,
like we
but
see
do your own
something
thing.
and then we do it
You
with our
build
own
off
character.
of it. You put in your own spin, your own voice.
Correct.
And that's part
We
of
like to put our own spin on everything.
it's like all art.
Delicious. Wow.
It all builds upon each other. Now, this is called orato.
Orata.
Orata,
Very
I think
similar
I've
to the
had it.
branzino. It's very clean.
and it's a
Firm.
nice meaty white meat fish. But when I take into a bite of it, again with all the like, little bit of the beautiful olive oil, you just kind of roast it in the oven for a little bit?
This
or-
is I basically take the spine out, open it, and then I stuff it with potatoes and
Right,
mushrooms.
with
So
all
while
this-
it cooks, it absorbs also all the
other
flavors
flavors
from the cherry tomatoes melting in the meat and all the mushrooms.
And what I'm also getting from it is like the omega oils that are really heart healthy, and I go
it's a
back
very,
to my heart.
very
But
healthy fish. And we always offer as well plain grilled, salads, grilled vegetables.
Absolutely amazing. In the presentation, the preparation, the flavors, just a tremendous job by you, Chef
Thank
Ricky.
you
I mean,
so much.
fantastic. And I've had a zillion other different dishes here at Casa D'Angelo. And it's incredible the way that you guys continue to evolve and bring new things to the table and stuff that isn't available. And like, I mean, you know, people go, like you say, Mike Mayo, to your standard Italian restaurant. This stuff isn't there at every place.
No.
That's for sure.
They are doing things you don't find at every corner
Yeah.
red sauce joint. What is it that keeps you, I guess, motivated, engaged? Is it working with people like Angelo that are always pushing and trying new places and always trying to keep raising the bar?
Well, obviously, it's a lot of things together. I mean, before anything, obviously, is the passion. I didn't find myself working in a restaurant, you know, as a. I grew up. I started cooking when I was 7, 8 years old.
Mhm.
8 years old, I was making lasagna already. So
Oh,
for me,
really?
for me, it's a real passion
Yeah.
into the food. I think that's the number one out of all. And obviously, our very close team with Angelo.
Did you cook with your nonna, or was it a masculine thing? Did your dad cook, or was it all the
No,
women?
definitely not my definitely
Okay.
not my dad. My mom, my grandmother, my grandfather from the Italian part, everybody.
And they accepted you in
everybody
the kitchen.
cooked.
It wasn't getaway kid.
Yeah, my father wasn't very thrilled in the beginning. I mean, you know, he's like, "Hey, let's go work on a Harley
Let's go play
Davidson."
some soccer. Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, you know, I want to do my lasagna. I want to do my."
Nice.
So-
what is it that you love cooking the most here in the restaurant? Is it grilling fish like this,
Let
or
me tell
coming
you
up with
something,
some of
Mike.
these kudos?
It's just like we're talking about the wine.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have my favorites, but I like to change depending from the day. In the latest few months, it's been very warm out there, so I've been enjoying doing a lot of crudos.
Yeah.
You know, very light prepared fish, grilled. Then when it comes season, you get January, February. It's nice and cold out there. Then I love to braise meats.
Mm.
I also worked in Fiesole on the little mountain on top of Florence
Okay.
for a long time, and we used to braise meats, you know, in a big heavy way, tomato, red
Mm.
wine. So when the cold comes, then
Then
I'm
it's
more
time
like
for the-
then we
time
braise
for
some leg of lamb,
Meats and chops,
beef,
and
correct.
you guys have some really interesting, not just things like the beef, but in lamb, but elk chops.
No, and they did
and
bison. They brought us bison last time. Yeah.
bison, ostrich
game.
fillet.
Have you done
Uh,
antelope here, or is it?
No,
not
I
yet.
haven't done antelope.
Okay, well, that was the place in Tallahassee. I'm going back
Yeah.
tomorrow night, so this time I won't do the antelope tartare. That was a little bit on
A little
the
push,
It was
yeah.
like gamey,
Little
yeah.
gamey, yeah.
it's
We
all right.
love to do when truffle season comes with the duck egg. We love to do the bison tartare
Mhm.
Oh,
because
nice.
bison is super lean. It's got that little irony flavor. It's fantastic.
I did a bison ribeye at that restaurant. That was
Oh,
delicious.
bison ribeye is
That was outstanding. So yeah, again, you can find pretty much anything you want, whether it's the tried and true, the comfort foods, the pastas, the veal chop. They do a first-rate veal chop here.
veal, our 16-ounce veal chop. We use only the first 3 veal
Mhm.
chops out of the whole rack,
Oh,
so it
jeez.
comes out beautiful. We're pretty famous for that.
Yeah,
I
they
have to say.
again, you cannot beat the quality here, whether it's a special occasion or any occasion. Date night with wife number 1 or wife number 3.
Well, you know what? If you're bringing a first-time starter out, you want to
Oh,
impress
good.
a woman,
Yeah, you
First
close the
time
deal
date.
with that.
you take it to Casa
I think
D'Angelo,
you
any
get it in.
location, you're going to be a winner.
You're gonna be
Closing the
good.
deal.
You're going to be a winner.
There are no losers
Yeah.
at Casa D'Angelo except my waistline. We got to take one more break, but Chef Ricky, bravo.
What a
Wow,
Wow,
wow, what a
Bravissimo.
that was a
It's
phenomenal
my
performance.
pleasure.
Wow.
My pleasure.
This
That really was
everything.
great, man.
Again, 3 locations, but come see Chef Ricky here in Boca. He gets lonely sometimes in the summertime.
Oh,
although
what
you
a-
pack him in all the weekend long, I imagine.
Yes,
It's
yes. Weekend is pretty busy. Obviously, in summer, in the middle of the week, it's pretty quiet.
Mm.
But that's when I play a little bit more. That's when
Right.
I have a lot of my
Sweet.
guests
Wow.
coming in. They sit down and say, "Ricky, I want 3
go for
course,
it.
4 course.
Now, I think
And that's when we have fun.
Ventura location is taking part in Miami Spice. Fort Lauderdale, I
Correct.
believe, is taking part in Dine Out Lauderdale, which starts today and goes all the way through
Nice.
the end of September. Boca, are you involved with, I guess it's Flavor Palm Beach in September?
No, we're actually doing our own thing. We're
Own thing.
doing our summer menu. We call it
Okay.
our summer Boca menu, which
Nice.
we offer 4-course menu.
And it's always a good value.
It's a very good value.
Can you get
$65.
that? And on Wednesday, also get your half price bottle
You
of
can.
wine.
Yes,
Oh,
you
wow.
You'll see
Get outta
next
here, man.
Wednesday.
We don't do
Ricky.
we,
Wow,
we,
wow.
we don't do many specials, but that's pretty much what
Well,
we do.
every dish
Correct.
is special at Casa D'Angelo.
Unbelievable.
And it is well
Wow.
worth the money. You know, I'm one of those people. I'd rather save my pennies for a truly quality special meal, and like at a place like this, than as opposed to going out every night and getting just the plain old.
This
plate
is
on.
so all you, Mayo. It's not funny.
Oh,
I mean, it
yeah.
really is.
It's-
It's just Mike Mayo.
it's
Crazy.
crazy.
You should have your name on a restaurant. Mayo.
crazy good.
But that's the thing. Like, Defo and I are more, I guess, lay eaters. I don't know what you call us, but I like Chef Ricky was talking about it. It speaks to us as well. Like, you don't have to be a world traveler to want to open your palate here, open up your palate here, and enjoy some different bites and tastes.
And having gone to restaurants in Italy and looking forward as I was to eating there, this is just like
Right
being there.
there.
It
Yeah,
really
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I mean,
It really is.
You know, you really get the
it
variety.
really is the
of
vibe of
everything.
Italy. Yeah, no doubt about it.
One last question: how big is the staff? Good kitchen staff. How many people you got working?
So
the
I
line?
have just in the hotline, it's 6.
Oh, wow.
6
I
people.
have 2 at the pantry. So yeah,
Everybody
it
has their
gets pretty
specialty.
busy, yeah.
Yeah, you got the fish.
But that's the only way, because I mean, we're not a huge restaurant, but we'll do about 380, 400 covers
On a
on
Saturday
night. On a Saturday night here in season.
7 days a
So-
week too. You
so
don't mess
need-
around.
Correct.
Yeah,
They're open
7 days
every
a
day a
week.
week, and yeah.
It's good stuff. All right, Chef Ricky. Well, we're going to take our final
Oh,
break.
thank you so much.
But
Wow,
first,
wow, what a
Thank
great
you,
shot.
Thank you.
I did want to just, I think, because we blacked out for a little bit, but J&C Oyster in Hollywood, they are open tonight. They're open Wednesday through Sunday. One of the best new restaurants in South Florida. Chef Raheem Seeley came from places like Q and Zuma and with
Sugarcane.
Timon at Sugarcane, top-notch pedigree, and now he's bringing some of his great dishes to Hollywood, 2035 Harrison Street. They've got a great happy hour in the bar from 5 to 7 p.m. He's doing a tremendous fried chicken dish, and they're also taking part in the Dine Out Lauderdale starting today, and it was featured in the Sun Sentinel, one of the 5 places to go to during the Dine Out Lauderdale and also Miami Spice. They highlighted J&C Oyster, and I definitely second that opinion, because Chef Raheem and Monica and Chef Nisi, they're doing some great stuff there. Seafood oysters, that the crab curry dish with the sticky rice, unbelievably
The
good
Wahoo
stuff.
fish dip.
Wahoo fish dip. It's all good. Check them out. And they also have some really nice, creative cocktails at the bar for happy hour. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Again, open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner only. J&C Oyster. All right, let's take that final break, and maybe I'll have a little cappuccino or something.
Listen to you,
I'm not gonna say
man.
no to
All right,
cappuccino.
yeah, begging for dessert. Way to go,
I
man.
mean, it is
No,
afternoon.
That was a tiramisu.
So they're more
Roll.
espresso.
When in Italy, not a cappuccino. It's
Yeah,
afternoon.
you said
Yeah.
cappuccino. He made a
Get-
face. I'm like, my wife, I remember her
Cappuccino.
yelling at me.
It's for those
I,
Americans.
Espresso.
I have some
Yeah.
beautiful espresso gelato
Yes.
for you.
Oh,
Oh,
gelato.
nice.
We'll give it a little touch of borschi.
Mm.
Oh,
Now you're really gonna feel it.
All right. It's all good. I'll
We'll
rumble
finish
that
up
belly.
after this.
Thanks,
you.
Chef Ricky.
Thank
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to BashSouthernKitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Prezzo Italian Restaurants, 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. All right, that's it. Stick a fork in me. That was tremendous lunch. Casa D'Angelo, Boca Raton, 171 East Palmetto Park Road, part of the Casa D'Angelo family. They also have one in Fort Lauderdale, Federal Highway, 1108 North Federal Highway, and in Aventura.
What a job.
Chef Ricky, I mean,
wow.
Fantastic.
Wow.
I need a cigarette and a bed. But that was an unbelievable lunch.
Wow.
I've never gone around to ranking the best lunchbox lunches. But this is
It's up
certainly
here.
in the top
It's definitely up there.
2.
Just take some pictures of the carnage. And, you would know that this was one of the better
I
ones.
might have to eat the eyeball of the fish at this
No,
point
no,
because
don't
that's
do that.
that is
On
the
air.
most
Eat
the
the whole head.
sweetest part.
No,
Yeah,
no, you're not going to do that.
But
But
it's on the
the
show?
cheek is the
Everybody was
best part.
happy. Everybody was happy.
Look at this. I'm going into the cheek because that everybody knows is the sweetest meat. And with that, I'm going to say thanks. I'll be in Tallahassee tomorrow, but
beautiful.
Lubie will be at
And
Gulf Stream
hopefully
Park
Ken,
with
I
our
haven't talked to him
friend
yet, but I
Joe
presume Ken.
Beja, and otherwise, Defo's going to be in AC for a few days.
Going AC. I got
Enjoy.
my reservation, Chef Bowlers. It was like I won the lottery.
There you go.
I was so happy.
Give my regards. You know how much I love that place. I think it's
Didn't
great.
even
I wish you would
there.
go there. You would love it.
No, I'd love
Someday
to,
he'll
but
eat there.
how
Yeah.
could any place top this? I mean, Casa
gonna
D'Angelo.
be
Top,
tough.
maybe not, but I mean, comparable. No
It'll
doubt
be
about
tough,
it.
and I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
Volas will be
Again,
fantastic.
it's not a zero-sum game. Every place can be excellent, and this place
Exactly.
is beyond
This
excellent.
is fantastic.
All right, enjoy every carpaccio, every crudo.
Are you going to
and
compare
enjoy-
that to the one in Anthony's Clubhouse? by any chance?
and enjoy every sandwich.